Hey guys, set up behind me are a couple of rapid pitch, 2-room, awesome family camping and 4-wheel drive touring tents. They're from Black Wolf, they're the Turbo Plus 300. I'm going to show you how to set them up, pack them away. Let's get started.
Hit it.
Hey folks, Ben from Snowies here today down at Big 4 West Beach Holiday Park, which is a super convenient and fully equipped getaway for you and your whole family right in the heart of Adelaide's western suburbs. Got some space down here today to show you some products, and I've got the Black Wolf Turbo Plus 300 tents here in the Lite and the canvas version. The canvas version gives you a bit more weather protection. It does come in at a heavier weight though, and it does offer a bit more durability, but the Lite version, easier to manage and far more affordable. This guy, or both of them, measured about 145 centimeters in length. This one about 35 by 35 centimeters, whereas the canvas one's a bit bulkier, still 145 centimeters, but about 38 by 40 in width and height. And in weight, 27 kilos for the Lite, up to 35 for the heavy one. I'm going to show you how to set them up and pack them away today. I'll get started for you. So I've got the Turbo Lite 300 Plus set up over here now. I'm going to run you through how to set up the canvas version here. So what comes in your bag when you buy your Turbo is the main tent here. This is the inner and the frame all together. This is the fly sheet here. You get your upright poles. There's 5 poles here, which all form part of the 3 uprights that you need. The longer upright has got the 2 black ferrules, and then these 2 poles form the ridge pole for the awning. You get some curved poles and 2 other straight poles in a bag here. These form the pole that creates the back room of this tent. It's a 2-room tent with a sleeping area at the back. And then of course you get a bag with all the pegs and guy ropes that you need. First thing I need to do for setup is grab the inner, spread it out, and peg all the corners around the base. The pegs that come with the Black Wolf Turbo tent are actually quite substantial pegs, so no need to upgrade those, they're pretty good. If you're using it in sand or anything though, you will need some sand pegs. So we've got the pegs in around the base. There's 7 in total, there's 3 across the back and 1 in each corner for the main frame. Now to pop the main section of the tent up here, we go to each corner, lock the knuckle in place, then step inside the tent and push the center hub up, and it'll all pop into place. So that's the main portion of the tent set up. It just requires a small amount of muscle just to pop that into place, but now that's our inner tent all set up. We're going to throw the flyover shortly, but we do need to put the pole at the rear of the tent, so we'll hop around there and I'll show you where that goes. Now to set up the back of the tent, you'll need these extra poles that came with your Turbo 300 Plus tent. Now there's 2 uprights that are joined by a spring in the middle, so we put them together, 1 of them for each side. And then there's these curved poles. Now these have to go together like this with the little corners on the ends. No good if you put them together this way, this won't work. Or if the corner, is in the middle. Now looking for the right combination here, like this. So you can do that, but that's not going to work. These corners need to go on the ends. Now this feeds in through this sleeve on the top here, and then these upright poles sit up against the frame here and in the edge of the frame, in the end of this frame here, to lift the back room up. That's the pole in at the back there. It does just sit on the ground up against the frame there at the rear. Now I've got to throw the fly over the top. Give yourselves a few minutes to orient the fly. The zips and the Velcro that feature on it go to the awning at the front. If you make sure you've got that on the right end, then it's going to sit over the rest of the tent just nicely. That's the fly over the top. It would certainly be easier if you had a second set of hands to try and drag that over. Now we've got to put the pegs in around the base. Before we do that, there are Velcro tabs up underneath here that we need to put around the frame. That features on all 4 upright legs. There's 1 at the top there and 1 about halfway down the pole. Put all them in place. There's pegs around the base and there's clips at the bottom here that secure the fly to the foot at the bottom of the pole here. Once we've done that, we can set up the awning at the front. Well, so I just got to set the awning up now. So I grabbed my 3 upright poles. The shorter ones are the ones with a single ferrule. The ones with a double black ferrule is the long, or the one with a double black ferrule is the long center pole. And then these ones make up the ridge pole. So these get assembled. There's a push button here. This gets assembled or clipped together. So this hook on the end here, it gets located in the hub at the top of the tent. And then this forms the ridge pole that comes out along the 3-pole awning to give us a ridged awning. So I've got my 3 awning poles just sitting loosely in place. The ridge pole's in place. Just got to put my 3 guy ropes in for the awning at the front, and we're as good as set up. So I've just tweaked the awning there now. It's all set up, ready to go. So that's our Turbo 300 Plus tent, pretty much all done. The only thing I haven't set up for you today are the guy ropes, of which there are 2 on each corner, one here and one here. They're in their own little pockets. And there is one at the rear as well, a guy up at the rear, above the rear room. And the other thing I haven't set up for you are these windows. Now these can be set up in one of 3 ways. You can either roll them right open, you can zip them right closed as they were just then, or they do have little eyelets in the corners here and gussets, so you can actually zip this gusset closed underneath. And using the extra guy ropes that come with your kit, put a guy rope in here and peg it out so you got ventilation up through the underneath the window and you're keeping the rain out. Now that features on the other side of the tent, and you've got the same window at the rear of the tent there as well. That is our Turbo Plus 300 tent all set up. That was pretty easy. Did it by myself. Will certainly be easier if you had a second set of hands. Pack up's pretty easy too. I'll get started. First thing's to collapse the awning down. So that's my awning all collapsed down. Now I'll pull the pegs out from around the base of the fly, unclip it from the feet of the inner. So I've also undone all the Velcro tabs attaching it to the pole. I can now pull this fly off the tent, fold it up, put it back in the bag with all the poles. So I've removed the 3 pegs from the back of the tent here and taken the pole out. I just want to pause for a sec to tell you about a pretty cool little feature that's in here that's quite easily missed upon setup. There's clips on the back, the very back of the tent. So this is the sleeping area, that extra room at the back. And they marry up to clips that feature at the top of the tent here. So if we clip them in here, it means that as we go to fold the tent up later, we haven't got extra flaps of fabric all over the place. It makes it all a little bit tidier. So don't forget that step. So the poles and pegs are at the back. I've still got the 4 pegs in the corners, which is a good idea just in case the wind picks up, your tent's still secured to the ground. We now need to collapse the main frame of the tent. The first step to doing that is to step inside and grab that grab handle in the middle and collapse the tent down. Just keep your head out of the way so it doesn't hit you in the head. So that's the main center hub collapsed down. Now we just need to go around to each corner here, press the button on each of these knuckles, and that will then collapse these legs in, and we can start to fold them all in on top of each other. Now, I've taken all the pegs out of the corners, and there's one other feature that's going to help a lot with pack up here, and that's these tabs that, I mean, this is where we peg the tent down when it's set up, but this is also useful for setup in that this loop here marries up with a knuckle up here to hold these poles in place while we're trying to hold everything together and roll it up. So if we do that on each corner, there's then another strap that goes around all the poles in the middle to keep them all together instead of them all falling all over the place. Now to make it as easy as possible to get back in the bag, especially with the canvas version because it's a bit more cumbersome, when you fold it like this, try and get a sort of diamond or a square here. So pull this bottom section right out and fold this fabric as flat as you can. Try to get all the lumps out. Can help if you let the windows down before you fold it. And lay it as flat as you can. Then fold the bottom in like this. Then the sides over, and it should roll up again as small as you can get it. Now I've got to admit that was a bit of a wrestle to get back in the bag. The Lite version over here would certainly be far easier to fit back in its carry bag. If I spent a bit more time flattening it out before I rolled it, it probably would have made a difference. But that is how you set up and pack away the Turbo Plus 300 tents from Black Wolf. You can grab them online every day of the year from snowies.com.au at our lowest prices. If you've got any questions about the Turbo Plus 300 tents, let us know in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like that, subscribe to our channel. We'll give you all the latest updates, or head here for some more useful videos.